Mr. Redmond is here to hand those out.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being here. It is my honor and privilege to present the SRT scholarships this evening. These scholarships are made possible by the generous donations of families, groups, and businesses, and SRT is grateful for the support of these wonderful people. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. The first scholarship this evening is actually two recipients. It's the Academy of Business Chamber of Commerce Scholarship. It is presented to a student or students for completion of 2 years in the Academy of Business program, an outstanding essay on the Academy and community involvement. The winners this year are Thaddeus Forner from Sanford High School and Taylor York from Marshall High School. Our next scholarship is the American Legion Thomas Cole Post number 19 scholarship. It is presented to an outstanding student in the building trades program for the purchase of tools for use in the building trades field. Congratulations this evening goes to Elijah Tremblay Hallett from Sanford High School in the building trades program. Our next scholarship this evening is called the Blue Collar Foundation Scholarship, and that's going to be presented by Danielle Moody. Danielle, if you come down, please.
Good evening, and congratulations to all the students here. It's quite an achievement. I'm Danielle Moody with Moody's Collision Centers, and I just am here presenting the Maine Blue Collar Scholarship Foundation. We gave away $21,000 this year. We're hoping as we grow for Maine, we'll be able to give away more to students that are pursuing a career in the trades. Being the daughter of a master craftsman, I grew up around cars. I know how to change my own oil, weld. I've spent some time in the spray booth, but I've also spent some time wet sand and buffing a lot of what I paint, so I appreciate what a lot of you go through. And reading through all the applications, we had 150 applicants this year, and it was truly inspiring seeing not only what you're doing outside of school, the jobs that you hold, but also what you're doing inside of school and what you're going to bring to the state of Maine. The chef said it the best. He said you gotta have a work ethic. I remember someone told me once Monday through Friday is about getting by. Saturday and Sunday is about getting ahead. So if you have a work ethic, you're going to be successful no matter what you do. We all have a vested interest in the success of Maine. We also know that with continued success, we need to be mentoring that next generation, and that's happening right now in our vocational schools throughout Maine. It's really inspiring. Talented young students want to be intellectually stimulated, creative, and innovative. This scholarship is intended to help those gifted with the ability to work with their hands. Not everyone has that gift, but the students here do have that gift. This scholarship can be used for tuition, for tools, for uniforms, whatever is needed. The young man receiving the scholarship tonight is pursuing a career in horticulture. If anyone planted their garden this weekend, they know that that is a very difficult trade. Working in any trade is very challenging, and with that, it's very gratifying and very rewarding and have a tangible outcome. So, in conclusion, follow your passions, work hard, be willing to sacrifice, and you'll be successful beyond your dreams. So, if Ryan Rideout wants to come up.
Our next scholarship this evening is the Caring Engineering Future Engineer Scholarship. This scholarship was presented to a student pursuing his or her education in the field of engineering. This year, this award goes to an engineering application for robotics student, Murray Murphy from York High School. Congratulations. Our next scholarship this evening is the Culinary Arts Scholarship. I'd like to call Chef John Kuchar to the stage, please.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So we have two $500 scholarships to give out tonight. And these scholarships are made up of tips and donations from customers that come into our restaurant. We have a nice 40-seat restaurant here right across the hall, and the students do a great job. In the second semester, we're open 2 days a week, doing breakfast and lunch. We also do special catering events throughout the year. So these two students have literally earned these scholarships. They've had to meet certain criteria as far as grades, attendance, answer an essay question, and these two very deserving students are going to be able to use this as they go on to further their culinary career. So I'd like to first call up Dylan Cheney. Recipient is Haley Frazier from Massabesic.
Thank you, Chef Kuchar. Our next scholarship this evening is called the Fantastic Connection Scholarship. This scholarship is presented to a student pursuing his or her education in computer technology. This year, there are two recipients in the Computer Network Services program. The first is Khalid Kakande from Sanford High School, and the second, Nash Tasker from Noble High School. Congratulations. The next scholarship is the Leahy Fund Scholarship. It will be presented this evening by Sherman Leahy.
Good evening. I spent about 50 years in the fire service and in providing public safety throughout the state of Maine, New Hampshire, and finally in my final years I ended up working for the federal government. One of the things that I learned right from the very beginning was that each day I wanted to learn something new so that I could do my job better and to serve my community. And I pursued all kinds of educational opportunities, and one of the things that I did do every day before I went to sleep at night was to read. And I think it's so important that students who are pursuing a career learn about their career through reading. So a few years ago, my family wanted to do something for students, and I suggested, let's put together the Leahy Challenge. And this has been an opportunity for us to put into 18 different libraries throughout the state of Maine, at the technical colleges, at the vocational schools, at the Maine State Library, at least 10 to 12 books that have been written by in many instances by Maine authors about Maine situations in Maine in the fire service. A few years ago, we started to recognize that to be a well-rounded firefighter, today you have to also be an EMT. And that opportunities for education and educated firefighters, they have to go on and do something in emergency medical area. So starting next year, we will be giving out 4 scholarships to aspiring paramedics at 4 technical colleges throughout the state of Maine. So there'll be opportunities again for students after they go on to SME, MKD in Northern Maine community colleges. One of the note that I should make that each year for the past 4 years, we have given out 8 scholarships to students who are going to SM Fire Science and EM Fire Science in Bangor. So I'm glad to be here this evening to present 2 book awards and scholarship awards to 2 students here. I guess I'm supposed to read these, am I? I don't have to, okay, well, something. The first one goes to Isaac Hopper, who is who has demonstrated commitment to emergency medical services. I have a scholarship for him.
Thank you very much, Ms. Leahy. Our next scholarship this evening is a Lucien P. Cameri Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is lovingly given by Lucille Cameri, Pauline and Dan Smith, Nancy and Paul Gendro Jr., Gerard and Heidi Cameri, and Brian and Dan Smith. This scholarship is presented to an outstanding building trades student for the purchase of tools for use in the building trades field. This year's recipient is Devin McConnell from Massapequa High School. Our next scholarship this evening is the Melback CTE Scholarship. This scholarship was presented to a student who has made a positive contribution to the school environment and has been accepted to a 4-year or 2-year college, apprenticeship, or certificate program. This student this evening that received this award is in the building trades program. Congratulations to Ethan Lord from Massapequa.
Good. All right, Ethan.
Our next scholarship is the Nassau College Alumni Association Scholarship. It is presented to a student based on secondary school accomplishments in a technical field. This evening, Connie Witherby will present the scholarship.
Thank you. Nassau Institute was established in Springvale in 1912 as a 2-year women's secretarial studies and home economics school. It became a 4-year college in 1935 and became coeducational in 1952. Nassau College closed in 1983, but the Nassau College Alumni Association continues to be an active organization. I think it is so appropriate that Nassau's original curriculum was a vocational one and that gave young women the skills they needed to make their way in the world. Today, one of our missions is to award a scholarship to a student graduating from SRTC. On behalf of the Nassau College Alumni, on behalf of the Nassau College Alumni Association, I am pleased to award this year's scholarship. And it's going to Dalton Marriott.
The next scholarship this evening is the Russell G. Johnson Memorial Scholarship. It is presented to a student in the Automotive Technology Program for the purchase of tools to be used in the automotive repair field. This year's recipient is from Massachusetts High School, Brady Johnson. Our next scholarship this evening is the SRT Scholarship. It is presented to an outstanding student furthering his or her education in a technical area. We have 3 recipients this year. The first, Jacob Gagnon from Trade and Engineering Architectural Design, Lily Henry from Wells in Early Childhood Education, and Megan LaChance from Wells High School in Landscaping and Horticulture. Congratulations. Our next scholarship this evening is the Skills USA Scholarship. It is presented to an outstanding student who has participated in Skills USA and pursuing his or her education in a technical field. There are 2 recipients this evening. The first is Morgan Hills from Noble in video production. The second, Silas Noble from Sanford High School, Engineering and Architectural Design. Our final scholarship this evening is called the Springville Village Car Wash Scholarship. It is presented to an outstanding student furthering his or her education in a technical field. This year's recipients from Kennebunk High School in the Fire Science Program, Emily Temple. Congratulations. Recipients this evening. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank all the scholarship donors once again. I don't think that can be said enough